Underneath the fog, that's Ethan Evans ready to kick it off for the Bulldogs.
It's game day. Here we go.
There we go. It is game time. Wingate, winners of 3 in a row, and we are underway. This one will not be returnable. It just stays inside the pylon for a touchback, and on comes the Barton offense, who won the toss and elect to receive, did not defer. They do have a quarterback choice to make. Jaquan Lynch, we did not get an insight as to his availability. He was injured in the first quarter of their loss last week at home against Lenoir-Rhyne. The backup is Tyler Flippin, the sophomore. And this Wingate defense is so tough. Number 1 in the country in yards against, number 2 in points against. And the quarterback coming out is QB2, Tyler Flippin, the sophomore from Summerfield, North Carolina, was 6 for 15 in relief last week against Lenoir-Rhyne.
Yeah, here we go.
It's 47% career passer, and he starts under center. Jordan Terrell gets the first carry off the right side. We're going to be seeing a lot of number 1, Matthew. We talked about him off the top. He's 2nd in the league, 9th in the country in yards to this point. He was 2nd in the country last year with just over 1,800 yards. He is one of the best running backs in the country.
Yeah, Terrell is a tough running back. He runs hard. Coach said he's a hard worker. He's the traditional bruiser. So they're going to like to run their offense through him. This is going to be a good test for Wingate's defense right here.
Lenoir-Rhyne was able to bottle him up last week, 17 carries for 62 yards. But you go back to that Newberry game, ran for 180 and a touchdown.
That's a big.
He gets another carry. Wingate hits him in the backfield, and he has dropped Sarad Cook and Justin Rhodes swallow him up for a loss.
Yeah, he's starting early, setting the tone. Trench takeover, TTO. A lot of the defensive linemen are wearing these shirts that has TT on the back, and it stands for trench takeover. That is the precedent that they want to set for this game and for the rest of the season, taking over.
In every major defensive stat, Wingate top 10 in the country. That's points per game against, rush yards, pass yards, total yards against. They're also number 1 in the country in sacks with 30. This is 3rd down and 7 from their own 28. This is a situation I think Wingate would like to be in. Have the backup quarterback try and beat you through the air. Tyler Flippin takes the drop back, throws it out to the right, overthrown, intended for his top target, Cameron Johnson. Trey Morrison in coverage, 3 and out on the first drive for the Barton Bulldogs.
Yeah, very impressive by Trey Morrison. He has become a lockdown cornerback for this Wingate defense, so look to him to shut down the entire side of the field throughout the entire game.
The punter for Barton is Bear Huggins, averaging just over 39 yards in attempt. Raquan Simmons and J. Max Swain both back deep to return. Don't see this very often. 2 punt returners out for Wingate.
This is big right here. This is kind of giving me some old school vibes right there. You got 2 punt returners, 2 guys who can actually make something happen. Let's see what happens.
2 top punt returners as well. J. Max was the main guy last year. Raquan Simmons this year. Huggins boots it away towards Swain. He's going to take this one back. Takes it at the 32. Hit and dropped just before the 40, and that's where Wingate will get set up. Tackle made by Milton Chandler. Shaw Crocker in the Wingate offense came back from 21 points down with 10 minutes left. And last week's win over Limestone, they scored 21 points in those final 10 minutes, scored the touchdown in overtime for one of the biggest comeback wins in this program's history.
Right, they had their backs against the wall, so they had to force the ball through the air. They usually would like to have a balanced type of approach, but I think that was actually helpful for them to establish an identity passing the ball as well.
Kamal Desor in motion. Wingate's first offensive play. They notched 5.5 yards per play at Limestone last week. First play is a pass. Crocker whips it out left side. Caught and staying in bounds. Miles Dillon with the catch.
Miles Dillon had a big game for Wingate last week. They're channeling their offense through him right there. I was looking for them to go a little pass heavy in this game.
Dillon tied for 2nd in the league in touchdowns last week, had season highs, 9 catches for 93 yards, I should say. Shaw Crocker wearing the gloves. I don't think he's a gloves guy in the past. It is a little bit cooler. It's definitely going to be cool as the sun goes down. Crocker whipping this one out, looking for Dillon again, just overthrown. A step behind in coverage, Derek Behringer. Barton, I think, got away with one there. That could have been trouble.
They definitely got away. They had single coverage right there over Miles Dillon. They had the play executed right, just didn't quite make the throw.
3rd and short. Kalen Clark, the running back, gets the start today. Alex Wilson had no carries last week. It was mainly an attack of Kalen Clark, O'Brien Barnett, as well as the redshirt freshman Matt Pack Jr. scored his first career touchdown in Gaffney last week. Into the game comes, check that, Clark still at the left of Crocker. 3rd and 3. Crocker again to pass, third straight play, looking deep, he's got a man, it's caught! Tramel Jones makes a cut inside the 10, Tramel Jones is in! Touchdown Wingate,
that's a big
46 yards.
Big play by the Wingate offense to see them establishing in their pass game there, riding that momentum from last game. They found something and they're sticking with it. Great execution right there by the Wingate offense.
First trip to the promised land for the redshirt freshman wide receiver Tramel Jones.
Yes, he caught that ball right there. As soon as he caught it, he made one defender miss, and the rest was history. He was walking to the end zone.
It's Quayon Gilbert in coverage as Ethan Evans on for the extra point. On the third play from scrimmage, Wingate cashes in. It's 7-0. Just 2 minutes and 19 seconds into this one.
If you're Wingate, that's how you want to start the game, and that's how you want to continue to establish your dominance in this game. You want to try to put it away early.
Media timeout will step aside. Wingate 7, Barton nothing on homecoming from Irwin Belk Stadium. 3 plays, 61 yards, and a touchdown for Wingate on their opening drive. Tramel Jones, his first career touchdown, comes from Shaw Crocker and goes 46 yards. It's Wingate 7, Barton nothing. This was a heck of a matchup last season. Barton just restarting its football program in 2020 after a long hiatus. These two teams played last year in Wilson, North Carolina. Wingate went in as a top 10 team in the country. Barton stunned the Bulldogs from Wingate with the upset in overtime. So Wingate looking for revenge today as the touchback taken, kneel down in the end zone, get another crack at seeing the Barton offense.
Yeah, you try to keep your emotions under control, but revenge is definitely something that's in the back of his mind, especially as this defense takes the field, establishing their dominance, continue to play solid, disciplined football and do what they do. They believe that they should walk away with a victory.
Something we talked with head coach Chip Hester about. He's in his 3rd season, 14th as a head coach overall, coached at Catawba before restarting the program at Barton. Just talking about doing things the right way. He was really pleased with last year, but they have to be consistent. Flipping under center, second drive coming for Barton. This is the end around as a flag flies. Cameron Johnson gets a couple of yards before he's ran out of bounds by Devon Gilmore, the SAC Defensive Player of the Week.
Yeah.
Check on the penalty.
They're going to get DJ Horn right there for jumping off sides. Neutral zone infraction.
Does look like. DJ Horn had 6 tackles last week. He jumps offside. Makes it a 1st down and 5 as Barton accepts the penalty. Flippin had a little bit of time against Newberry, 4 for 5, 22 yards, but no touchdowns for him in his young career. He's also a running quarterback, runs it at over 5 yards a carry. Again under center from the 30. The give to Terrell. Wingate bringing a lot of bodies, ends up getting swallowed up. Jaheim Mullen on the tackle, no gain.
All throughout the week, Wingate was game planning to stop Terrell, knowing that Barton is going to use him to the best of their ability. So as long as they can bottle him up and force Barton to beat them through the air, Wingate will be able to establish their dominance.
Terrell with 5 touchdowns this season in his career. He's played in 22 games coming into this weekend, 23 touchdowns. He's also nearing the 3,000-yard mark. Only needs 47 of those to eclipse that milestone.
That's impressive.
2nd and 4. Flipping in the gun. Again, Terrell off the right guard. Hit hard by Gilmore. Knocks him down. Another 3rd and short coming for Barton.
Yep, that linebacking core for Wingate is very impressive. Gilmore flies around the ball and makes a play. It's so important with the type of misdirection that Barton does that you are playing disciplined and sound football and staying in your gap so that you know that you can locate the football.
Great crowd on hand, as we mentioned, for homecoming Saturday. 3rd down and 2. Terrell off the left of Flippin. Wingate stacking the line of scrimmage. Here comes the blitz. Terrell needs 2 yards. He's not even going to get 1. Runs into the wall. It's 4th down.
That was a great play by the defense right there, just being a solid wall. I think the player lost the helmet.
Yeah, do have an offensive lineman, Hunter Sauls. Lost his helmet, so he'll have to come off. 4th and 2, decision time, and Barton will punt.
Good physical defense, way to get a 3 and out, get the offense back on the field to try to duplicate what they just did in the last series.
The offense has been tough to come by for Barton this season, tied for 2nd worst in the league with only 18 points per game. Also towards the bottom in pass yards per game and total yards per game. It's not going to help with their usual quarterback, Jaquan Lynch, out, it seems, in this one with Flippin getting the start. We also didn't see Lynch warm up prior to the game. Bear Huggins, right foot, boots it away. Raquan Simmons, the only deep man this time. Takes a couple of bounces, look out. Some pushing and shoving. Seems like Barton might have been pushing a Wingate return man into the ball, or that's what they were going for.
That's definitely what happened. But if you're Wingate, you know better. Stay away from the ball. Get away from the football.
You saw Raquan Simmons waving his arms back and forth, no return.
Get away from the football, let it go dead. Don't give any type of freak chances to happen.
That was 59 Milton Chandler who was trying to make something happen in the kick coverage.